Check this out, son.
Hold up.
Why can't we pick our own colors?
No way, no way. Tried it once, it doesn't work. You get four guys all fighting over who's gonna be Mr. Black.
I got you stuck off the realness.
Oh, what's up, people? How y'all doing? Hey. My name is Tim Black. Welcome to No Sellouts. I'm your guy. My volume's up. I got to check these things. Is this thing on? Everybody out there? All right. Okay, guys. So tonight, something is going on with my system. I have to take a look at this. Something's been acting funky, yo. But we'll just power through because it was working. It was acting funky earlier. And that's why I had a power outage. It's crazy. There will be no guests tonight on No Sellouts, but I encourage you to stay tuned anyway because we're going to do a no sellout analysis of Donald Trump's budget plan. And you remember when everybody was talking about Trump's budget and they kept saying how, yeah, you know, it looks good now, but later it's going to punish poor people and working people, like middle-class people? Remember that? And the people said, shut up. Don't tell me about your poor and your working-class people. Let's focus on tax breaks we get now. It's just Democrats saying this. And people that can read. And people willing to go out and tell the truth about the damn budget. Well, now that we're looking at the new fiscal budget that Donald Trump is proposing for 2019, not for this year, next year. That's where he compensates for all those great tax cuts. You know, the ones you got that were great. Ooh, I got a tax cut. That nowhere is even close to what the companies, the big corporations are going to get. Okay? We are going to be the ones bearing the brunt of the tax cuts from 2018. You, me, working people, poor people. We are going to suffer for it. All right? Trump budget seeks cuts to domestic programs, Medicare, and it favors the military and the wall. President Trump proposed a budget on Monday that calls for cuts in domestic spending and social programs such as Medicare and seeks a sharp increase in military funding for a wall on the Mexican border. While running for president in 2016, Donald Trump pledged to leave popular benefit programs such as Medicare and Social Security alone. Remember that? Alone. He ran on that. That was part of, that's why people were saying, well, you know, there's things about Trump that are similar to Bernie in a way because on trade, and he said he won't touch Medicare and Social Security. Well, he's only been in office 1 year, and guess what he's going to do? At least what he wants to do. This is what he wants to do. Like, this is a proposal, okay? Doesn't mean it's going to happen, but he's proposing that it happen. All right? I think it matters when you propose stuff. Don't you? His new budget proposal would reduce Medicare spending by $236 billion over the next 10 years. See, this is proving what I say, that Trump's a liar. Yeah, come on, guys. Like, it's okay, Republicans. A lot of us thought Obama was telling the truth. We realized we thought he was telling the truth. We believed him. We said, oh, listen, everybody. Listen here. Here's the thing. I'm going to take care of people like my mother. I'm going to take care of people out there working hard. Those people deserve it. They deserve me to fight for them. And I'm going to go in there and I'm going to stand up. Yeah, we believed him. When he said shit like, change, hope, on a shining hill. We sit here. Change you can believe in. Change you can get. We believe that shit, okay? We got suckered. Obama went in there, he did the bidding of Wall Street. He bailed out banks. He ramped up military aggression. He dropped bombs. Now, if I can say that, if I can speak honestly about things that Obama did, why come you can't speak honestly about what Trump's doing? Oh, I get it. After he leaves office, then you'll have guts? Is that it? You can't see it now. You can't see. Look, when we saw what Obama was doing, we called it out. My Republican friends, you need to do the same thing. Call it out. The man said he wouldn't touch Social Security and Medicare, and he's already proposing cuts to Social Security and Medicare, particularly Medicare. Okay? That's you want to give him cover for other stuff. Okay, fine. The wall that we weren't supposed to pay for, it's in the budget to pay for it. You and I, us. Medicare that he wasn't supposed to touch, he's proposing to touch it. How is he not a fucking liar? How is he not a liar? How? What world do you get to live in where someone can lie to your face, run on something, and then do the opposite, and you go, well, he's fighting the deep state. That ain't got nothing to do with him lying about Medicare. Oh, he's fighting against they're smearing him in CNN. What's that got to do with him lying about that damn wall? I'll wait. Everything's going to be big, big and beautiful, big, beautiful. It's going to be the best wall ever, best wall. I'm going to lie like a rug. I'm going to lie like a no-lie relaxer. I'm going to lie like my toupee lies over my eye. I'm going to lie. Lies. There's little chance of those cuts becoming real as presidential budgets are rarely enacted by U.S. Congress, which controls federal purse strings. Instead, the budget allows the White House to lay out its priorities of the year. So they're saying it's not that, oh, this budget is jacked up as it is and all the cuts that there are to social programs, things he said he wouldn't do. It's not that he expects this to pass. It's that he just wants people to know how he feels about you. That's all. So I'm not kicking you out, but I'm just letting you know I don't want you here. Oh, no, you can sleep on the couch for a couple of weeks, but around day 6, I'm going to be acting like you're a big inconvenience for me. You know, it's that passive-aggressive BS where they can't just look you straight in the eye and say, hey, get out. Trump is the fake friend that pretends to be your pal, and then he just stabs you in the back. Stabs you in the back. When are people going to admit this? When are you going to walk down that long hallway of truth and just be like, you know what? Both parties lie. It's just what it is. Even my candidate lies. Like, when can we accept these things, you know? The proposed cuts drew a rebuke from the top Democrats of the House of Representatives Budget Committee, John Yarmuth. These cuts to critical federal investments are so extreme they can only affect or reflect a disdain for working families and a total lack of vision for a stronger society. Oh, he's just a Democrat hack. That's why he said that. Look, I don't know if he's a Democrat hack or not, but, dude, I find it hard to stomach somebody talking about cutting Medicare, cutting food stamps. People are struggling now more than they ever have been. Oh, I know what it is. You believe the numbers. The numbers on unemployment rates. You actually believe that shit. You think that all the people who were getting unemployment now all found jobs. That's what you You think they all found jobs. Look, man, when you stop reporting or you stop getting unemployment benefits, that's when you no longer are counted as unemployed. That makes numbers look good. You becoming homeless. So let's say you're getting unemployment. Let's say you get them until the benefits run out. You're still looking for a job. Once you stop getting money, the country actually looks better. Like the country looks like it's doing better because you're doing worse. You get what I'm saying? It's a screwy, it's the most disgusting backstabbery, right? Skullduggery. It's horrible, but that's how it works. The country looks better if you do worse. All right? At least when it comes to unemployment numbers, unemployment rates. Looks like less people are getting unemployment. People go, oh, great, less people getting unemployment. It's not great if you're starving. It's not great if you're homeless. It's not great if that's not great. All right. Beyond social programs, the plan calls for deep cuts in non-military spending. Deep cuts in non-military spending. They say this will lower the deficit by $3 trillion over 10 years. Folks, we've all looked at the numbers on our military spending. They could lower military spending. We don't have to spend more than the next 6 countries combined. We looked at this. Didn't we look at this, y'all? We saw this.
Hold up.
Not now, Tim Black. They didn't see it, Tim. This is their first time being here. Okay, so let's see. We know how much we spend on military. As much as China, Russia, Saudi Arabia, India, France, UK, Japan, Germany. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. The next 8 countries. That's 8. That's not even 6. And then some. Guys. Look, this is not me wanting it to be this way. This is me just telling you the way it is. It's just what it is. Trump's proposed plan calls for spending $57 billion less in fiscal year 2019 than mandated in the 2-year budget deal passed last week by Congress that raised spending limits on both military and domestic programs by $300 billion. All right. Let's talk a little bit about the food stamp situation, man. Let's talk about this. Listen, Trump wants to overhaul America's safety net with giant cuts to housing, food stamps, and health care. The 3 things, the 3 pillars that keep us helps us maintain being a society that's gives a shit about people. Housing, food stamps, health care. These are the things where you should judge a society by. How it treats people who need housing, health care, and food. It should not be judged by your ability to watch Netflix or your ability to go buy a cheeseburger at 3 a.m. That's not how you should judge your country. You should judge your country how it treats its poor people, not how it treats the rich people. Because guess what? Most of the people in America aren't rich. You judge a country by how it treats its most vulnerable people. You know this, right? You with me. You have to be. Because you're not Warren Buffett. And you're not Bill Gates. You're not Jeff Bezos. You're not. You're just a worker. You may be a good worker. You may be a kind worker. You may be a smart worker. You may be a conscientious worker. But you're just a worker. Or you're a small business person. You may be a nice small business person. You may be a crafty, savvy small business person, but you're not Warren Buffett. Come on, man. They locked you out of the economy. The budget that President Trump proposed Monday takes a hard whack at the poorest Americans, slashing billions of dollars from food stamps, public health insurance, and federal housing vouchers. This is where Donald Trump starts playing to his base. What you are witnessing is the person, everybody kept saying, he's not a politician, Tim. He's not a politician. He is doing political theater right now. It's just said that this proposal, it won't matter what he proposes as far as law. The Congress passes the laws, but passes the budgets and the laws, but that Trump is only doing this to show where he's coming from. He wants you to know what he thinks about you. And according to his budget, not much. The spending plan reaches beyond the White House's own power over the government's social safety net and presumes lawmakers will overhaul long-standing entitlement programs for the poor in ways beyond what Congress so far has been willing to do. So you mean to tell me that the only chance people who either get Medicare or people who get housing vouchers or people who get food stamps, the only chance they got is Ted Cruz, Paul Ryan, and Nancy Pelosi, and Chuck Schumer? Like, that's the only chance we have? Well, shit, man, we fucked. Yeah, pretty much. I mean, if we got to rely on them motherfuckers, I mean, some changes call on lawmakers to eliminate the expansion of Medicare under the Affordable Care Act and transform the rest of the program into a system of payments to states. Convert food assistance into a hybrid of commodity deliveries and traditional cash benefits, and expand requirements that low-income people work to qualify for federal assistance. You have to work to get federal assistance. Most people who get federal assistance already work. Okay. How many employees does Walmart have? Do you know a staggering amount of people who work at Walmart get food assistance? They work. They just don't make enough. Right? Get it? This idea that everybody who gets food stamps gets help is just going, I hate jobs. I don't want to make more than this little $300 or whatever it is. I don't want more money. I turn down a job quick. I don't want to have to actually, get a bigger paycheck. Who are these people that think that anybody who gets assistance from the government just is like laying up in the hammock like Gilligan from Gilligan's Island? Everybody's on Ferris Bueller's Day Off. Everybody's just chilling. The Trump budget proposal would gut the Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program, better known as food stamps, by $17.2 billion in 2019, equivalent to 22% of the program's total cost last year. And it would implement a box food delivery program, a system that White House Budget Director Mike Maloney compared to Blue Apron. Oh, so throwing a bunch of shit in a box, a bunch of canned carrots and canned beets. It's got to be non-perishable canned items. Because once again, it's on the premise that anybody who's getting food stamps, they're not regular people going through hard times. They're not regular people stuck between jobs. They're not regular people who just don't make enough. They're lazy bastards who should only have canned creamed corn. Because they don't know how to, you can't trust them to use a card and go in a store on their own. Nah, they can't go in a store on their own. We could save a couple of bucks if we gave them something. Here, take these oodles and noodles. It's what it is, man. This is how it works. It says here that the government purchased foods would account for roughly half of the benefits for the vast majority of SNAP individuals. So if you get 300 now, you're going to get 150 delivered to you. I don't know how they come up with that number. How you put a price tag on the string, I don't know, the spam that you're getting. I don't know how you put it. I guess they're going to somehow calculate, and then they're going to give you the 150. But there goes your spam allotment. Goes your spam allotment. So what would the shipment include, Tim? It would include shelf-stable milk. That's the kind of milk that's been pasteurized at such a high temperature that it won't spoil. Juice, grains, cereals, pasta, peanut butter, canned meat, beans, and other canned items. It says the department estimates that it could supply those goods at roughly half the cost of retail, slashing the cost of SNAP while still feeding people. Folks, the reality of this whole thing is, in our budget, we don't spend a lot of money on human beings. Nah, we don't. Our military spending is not the people. It's not the veterans. Our military spending is the bombs. We're spending the money on the drones, man. We're spending the money on the aircraft. It's not the people. We don't spend money on people. That's not what this is about. People are a secondary thought. Or if not a third-dairy thought. The president's budget proposes to replace in significant part the very successful current system of having SNAP recipients use the EBT card to purchase food. Through grocery stores, supermarkets, farmers markets, and other normal commercial channels. That will be, okay. Now the way that they do it now is a Rube Goldberg design system of commodity distribution via food boxes that will be administratively costly, insufficient, stigmatizing, and prone to failure, that will return the country to Depression-era anti-hunger approaches. Ugh. So what they want to go to is this Rube Goldberg design system of commodity distribution via food boxes. So sort of like Amazon. You got a big-ass warehouse full of canned beans, and in one part of the country they're sending canned beans to your house from that plant that makes the canned beans. Then there's another place where they send you the spam. The spam is from another warehouse, and send the spam there. What about shipment? What about the cost of shipping all this stuff? I mean, if you're shipping $150 worth of groceries, got to be somewhat expensive. I'm just saying. Look, I made this point earlier. We'll make it again. I don't know why people think that cutting food stamps is so great economically. Not only are you hurting people who are already struggling like hell, like very few people cheat to get food stamps. It's not a rampant problem. The people that get food stamps are hurt obviously by cutting their food stamps. You're cutting food stamps at a time when there are more poor people in this country, people under poverty, living under the poverty line. Why would you even consider cutting food stamps? It makes no sense at all, unless you're a callous, soulless individual. Like, Trump can't have a heart attack because he has no heart. He may live forever. But the other thing is, food stamps are one of the very few things in this country that you know that it's going to go into the economy, because you cannot barter with a food stamp. You can't take a food stamp and say, okay, I'm going to go to Australia using my food stamps. You can't trade food stamps for cryptocurrency. You can't. Food stamps get spent at stores, and that means they go back into what? The economy. So to me, it's a fucking non-starter for Trump to even do this. The only people that would support it are people who support Trump. So anything Trump does, they support it. Oh, it doesn't matter. You lied to us about cutting Medicare. Go ahead and cut it. I don't get it. My cousin does, but I don't like my cousin much. He's an asshole. Screw him. Oh, you're cutting Social Security? Who cares? I'm with Trump. I don't get it. My mama does, but screw her too. These are the people that support this shit. This is what we're dealing with. Folks, I don't know how it can get much worse. You look at our military budget, it's bloated as all hell. They don't care about American citizens. You say crap like, oh, you got to stand for the flag, you got to show your respect, your patriotism. What are you patriotic about if the country that you would live and die for, any of us, any of these veterans, they won't feed you. They won't feed you, nor will they make sure that your neighbors are fed. But they will drop bombs like a mofo on other countries. And that's what we're supposed to support. And when we say, hey, we got problems in this country we want to be addressed so we can feel better included in this country, you go, you're not patriotic. This is a slap in the face. Cutting Medicare, cutting Social Security, cutting food stamps, it's a slap in the face. There are people out there who support it. I don't know who those people are. I haven't met one in real life. Food stamps go right back into the economy. That's a fact. That money doesn't disappear. It's not like it goes away. That is basically, you give somebody some money to go buy some food at a restaurant. I mean, I don't think you can use the EBT at a restaurant. At a food place, a grocery store, and then that grocery store makes a profit off of it. And that grocery store buys more groceries or, whoever they get their groceries from. Manufacturers or whatever. That's how food stamps work. I think this is a non-starter. I think it's a bunch of bullshit. And I haven't watched Fox News today, but I'm sure they were talking about something else. And if they were talking about this, they weren't talking about it this way. Food stamps ain't nothing but a stimulus check that comes monthly. Now, it's a small stimulus check, but it's still a stimulus check, and it goes right back into the economy. You can't say that about a lot of other things in this government or in this country that you know for certain. But when the rich people, when the corporations get tax breaks, they can put their money wherever they want. They typically issue it as dividends or whatever. If they want to sock it away, they sock it away in the Caymans. They're not going out and buying. Everybody's not going out spending their money just because they got it. Rich folks are rich because they don't spend money. They let their money make money for them. They save money. They keep stacking wealth. That's how rich people roll. Poor people spend money. And that's why you give poor people money. That's why you give them benefits, because they're going to spend it. And that's why I've been making the argument. I'm not against people getting a tax break, but I've always knew that Trump was going to balance that tax break on the backs of poor and working people. You cannot create that huge a deficit without trying to mitigate it. And how's he going to mitigate it? He ain't going to mitigate it by hurting Apple. He's not going to mitigate it by hurting Ford. He's going to mitigate it by hurting you and your friends or your cousins or your nephews, your neighbors. That's the problem I have. So, all right, guys. You know where I'm at. I'm at tim@timblacktv.com. Email me. Let me know what you think about this. Leave it in the comments section. Trump ran on not touching Medicare. He said he wouldn't fuck with Medicare. He's fucking with Medicare. Okay? When Obama said he was going to hold people accountable for our recession and he didn't, I said, fuck Obama. He's a liar. You should have the guts and the ethics to hold Trump to the same criteria. MSNBC may not have called it out. I called it out. You should call it out too. We either truth tellers or we're truth deniers. I wanted Obama to hold them accountable. I hold Obama accountable. I hold Trump accountable. You should do the same. No one's above an ass whooping, and no one's above being held accountable for lying. And this budget that Trump proposes is a blade out, straight up fucking lie. And I'm not just talking about the wall. I'm talking about Medicare. Peace. son of a bitch.
Check this out, son. Hold up.
Why can't we pick our own colors?
No way, no way. Tried it once, it doesn't work. You get 4 guys all fighting over who's gonna be Mr. Black.
I got you stuck off the realness.